Hey guys, in this video, we're going to go over how to build out an email content calendar, like some of the top 8-figure brands. I'm going to go through some of the thought processes and kind of strategies we think about when we're scoping out content calendars for our clients. So if you don't know me, my name's Kieran. I run an email marketing D2C agency. We've generated over $30 million at the time of this recording, working with over 50 plus e-commerce brands. So first off, let's go where most of you guys go wrong, especially if you're a smaller 6-figure or even 7-figure e-commerce store. Typically, what I see when I talk to founders is that you're very reactive. There's very last-minute emails going out, and ultimately there's just no real strategy. But if you want to scale from 7 to 8 figures, especially with your email marketing, you really got to dial this in a bit more and build it into one holistic engine. So that means you want to line up your emails with your ads and your organic content as well. So actually building out a holistic marketing calendar, if not already. Today, we're just going to be focusing on how to do email content calendar, but that is something to think about. And typically what else I see is that, not only do they not line up with your other content, but usually it's a lot of discounts, and your email is just hoping people to buy, and there's no real strategy. There's no value-based content nurturing people into their first purchase. So this is probably you or your marketing team. Don't worry, in this video, we're going to go over how to build out a very strategic content calendar. Because if you don't have a plan in place, you're more likely, or you're very likely that you're not sending enough email campaign volume, just not making that revenue that you really should be doing from Klaviyo. So like everything, you need a goal and you need a well-structured plan in place to make it successful. So let's get into it. Now, first off, obviously you got to create something. Again, you don't need to overcomplicate this. We use Google Sheets because it's nice and easy. And you just need to make some columns going over the send date and time, the sending segment that you're going to be using, the name and the actual scope of the campaign. So just put a small brief, any offer, any particular products you want to showcase. And then finally, what kind of campaign type is it going to be? Is it going to be a graphic design email? Is it going to be a founder-led, genuine plain text email? Or is it going to be an SMS? So we'll go over all these. This is kind of like an example of what it looks like when we're scoping out content calendars for our clients. We just do it for every month or every 30 days. So planning a campaign strategy. Again, these top 8-figure, 9-figure, even 10-figure brands, they don't just send out random emails. Obviously, they have a well-structured strategy in place. What we do and what we've found to work best is we like to have these 3 different strategic buckets of campaign types based on how ready the customer is to buy. Be sending 3 emails per week, which is typically what I recommend for most 7-figure brands or even 6-figure brands over 20K email subscribers. Then you can have 3 emails per week dedicated to each of these buckets. So the first one is educational emails. So this is particularly for people in the awareness stage or very cold to your brand. They may have just signed up to your newsletter. They may have just saw your brand on the ad 3 days ago. And right now they're in the awareness stage. They need to be educated on, what your brand stands for and what your product does. What's the benefits, features, all that type of thing. A few email examples would be myth-busting emails, common mistakes, problem solution storytelling, how it works, behind the scenes, buyer's guides, trends or industry insights, all those type of things. There's a million different educational emails you can come up with. Here's 3. This one is linking them to a TikTok how-to video. And we also go over just a little bit of it in the email. This one is a bit of an us versus them type of email. It's comparing traditional lipsticks on what goes wrong there compared to their new lipstick. And this brand is telling what are all the nasties that isn't in their product but is normally within other skincare products, which is a neat little twist. The next one is what I like to call proof campaigns. So this is people that they are product and brand aware, but they're just not completely convinced yet. So in the consideration stage, this is where you want to come in with a lot of proof, reviews, UGC, real world results, media or any media around your brand or publishers talking about your brand. This is all things, all type of emails you really want to send out. So yeah, review-based emails before and after showcases, influencer or expert opinion emails. So I got a few examples here. Again, this is like a really basic review email, but we also got some quotes from some like experts. So this is like a skincare brand. So we got a dermatologist giving their opinion, another skincare specialist here. So like a bit of an expert opinion. Here we got some very clear before and after screenshots. So we tell them before and then 3 weeks after, so the customers can get a bit of an idea when they can expect results. We also include their review as well. This is especially important with supplement brands, wellness brands, brands that you can't really show the result without some type of social proof. Here is another brand where we got, again, some expert opinions from like media publishers giving their opinion on the brand and their watch straps that they sell. The next and final bucket is sales campaigns or direct response focused campaigns. This is for the smallest percentage of people that are ready to buy. They just need some type of excuse to. So again, this is where you want to be a bit more direct response and push out a flash sale, or like what I said here, back in stock, limited time offers, any new product launches and stuff. So here's a few examples again. We got a big flash sale here for Valentine's Day, showing off some products, give them the code. Here we got a back in stock email. Again, one of the most loved products, one of the best sellers that just keep selling out. So yeah, you want to be saying stuff like, hey, stock is limited. This won't sit around for too long. You want to get in now. Here we're talking about their subscribe option, where they save 10% off if they subscribe to a subscription on their brand. So again, it always helps to just give out reminders like that. Like, yes, you may have it on your website that you have a subscription, but not everyone's going to be on your website all the time. Not all of your email list is going to be consciously aware at the top of their mind, like, hey, this brand has a subscription. So always helps to remind them with an email once every month or every couple of weeks. So yes, this is sales campaigns is the final strategic bucket that just makes people go over the edge to buy. People that are already product aware and convinced that your product works, they're now just needing some type of excuse to convert and make that purchase. So when you do all of that together, you get some pretty good, consistent results, and you actually get your email marketing channel to a point where it's very profitable and something you can actually rely on. We all know that ad campaigns can break, get banned the next day, or just, the ROAS just drops overnight. So with email, what we found is, it's a lot more predictable, it's reliable, and when you're sending a strategy of emails like that, you can get some really consistent results. I mean, you can see here, this is email sending between 2 to 3 days in between. And you can get some really consistent revenue coming in. So I didn't forget about SMS. How do we interweave SMS with your email strategy? So I like to think as SMS, it's not a replacement for your email, but it's more like a multiplier. So that works with your email strategy. So the other thing to remember, I didn't mention in this document, that SMS is also a bit more expensive, whether you're using it through Klaviyo or another app like Attentive and PostScript and things like that. They use SMS credits. It's a bit more expensive, especially in what country you're sending to. I live in Australia and it is like 4 times as expensive as the US. So we really only use SMS when we need to, and for big moments where speed and attention actually matters. So things like new product drops, limited time offers, sales, restocks, early access, VIP offers, if you treat your SMS list as like a kind of like a VIP list. So you don't need to do one or the other. You can actually do both. Because again, people that sign up to SMS, they may not even check their emails. Even if you send it in a big email going, hey, the sale's live, they may not even see it. So you definitely want to use email and SMS together. It creates urgency. Again, everyone sees an SMS on the phone compared to an email where they may have their notifications turned off. And the other thing is, if you keep SMS just to most important things, like all this, product drops, sales, early access, you almost like train your customers and your SMS list to know when they get an SMS text from you, they know it's something important. There's a really big sale going on or something like that. So definitely something to think about. Now let's go over some sales strategies that you can use with SMS and email. So I've got 3 different strategies here. And for example, we're just doing like a 3-day sale. And this is, again, all these strategies work. It just depends on how many SMSs you actually want to send. So strategy 1 would be, we do the classic teaser or hype email the day or 2 before the sale. Then launch day, we have that email in the morning. SMS, we usually do it just like an hour or 2 afterwards or at the same time. And then another email follow-up in the afternoon. So really just have the SMS here just in midday for the actual sale launch. And then we'll just follow up with emails and last chance to close out the sale. Second strategy is that you use the SMS as the hype as well. So there may not be an actual link, or maybe you want to say, hey, something big is coming tomorrow. Add to your carts now and have a link to the website. That's a good angle to do. Again, you still want to do an email here because not everyone is going to be on your SMS list. So always do a hype email as well. SMS is just simply going to boost that from the amount of people that get hyped up or aware that a sale is coming. Still, definitely always do an SMS launch for the sale. And again, follow up with some more emails. And then not always do, but it may also boost sales if you do an SMS with the final hour's last chance messaging as well. So that would be 3 SMS total. And I would say that's pretty strong. The final strategy is if you want to use SMS as early access. So before the sale, you want to send out an email saying, hey, there's a sale come up. If you want 1 day or 5 hours early access, sign up to our SMS list to receive the code first. You send out the code for the SMS. That's pretty much like the launch SMS, I guess. And then you still do the email to everyone else for the launch when it actually launches. And it's always good to do a final SMS as well. But those are the 3 strategies I recommend. Again, SMS is expensive, but that's how we would interweave it on those top important days when you're actually doing a sale or a big promotion. So that's the video. Thanks for watching. If you have any questions, drop them in the comments below and I'll respond to you ASAP. That's all from me. Have a good one and cheers.